I will respect the responsibilities the Constitution and the American people have granted Congress. And I will, as I often have in the past, work with anyone of either party to get things done for our country. For too long now, too long, Washington has been consumed by a hyper-partisanship that treats every serious challenge facing us as an opportunity to trade insults, disparage each other's motives, and fight about the next election. For all the problems we face, if you ask Americans what frustrates them most about Washington, they will tell you they don't think we're capable of serving the public interest before our personal and partisan ambitions, that we fight for ourselves and not for them. Americans are sick of it, and they have every right to be. They're sick of the politics of selfishness, stalemate, and delay. They despair when every election, no matter who wins, always seems to produce 4 more years of unkept promises and a government that's just a battleground for the next election. Their patience is at an end for politicians who value ambition over principle and for partisanship that is less a contest of ideals than an uncivil brawl for the spoils of power. They want to change not only the policies and institutions that have failed the American people, but the political culture that produced them. They want to move this country forward and stake our claim on this century as we did on the last. And they want their government to care more about them than preserving the privileges of the powerful. There are serious issues at stake in this election and serious differences between the candidates, and we will argue about them, as we should. But it should remain an argument among friends, each of us struggling to hear our conscience and hear its demands, each of us, despite our differences, united in our great cause and respectful of the goodness in each other. That's how most Americans treat each other, and it's how they want the people they elect to office to treat each other. If I'm elected president, I will work with anyone who sincerely wants to get this country moving again. I will listen to any idea that is offered in good faith and intended to help solve our problems, not make them worse. I will seek the counsel of members of Congress from both parties informing government policy before I ask them to support it. I will ask Democrats to serve in my administration. My administration will set a new standard for transparency and accountability. I will hold weekly press conferences. I will regularly brief the American people on the progress of our policies have made and the setbacks we have encountered. When we make errors, I'll confess them readily and explain what we intend to do to correct them. I'll ask Congress to grant me the privilege of coming before both houses to take questions and address criticism, much the same as the Prime Minister of Great Britain appears regularly before the House of Commons. We cannot again leave our problems for another unluckier generation of Americans to fix after they've become even harder to solve. I'm not interested in partisanship that serves no other purpose than to gain a temporary advantage over our opponents. This mindless, paralyzing rancor must come to an end. We belong to different parties, not different countries. We're rivals for the same power, but we're also compatriots. We're fellow Americans, and that shared distinction means more to me than any other association. I intend to prove myself worthy of the office of our country and of your respect. I won't judge myself by how many elections I've won. I won't spend 1 hour of my presidency worrying more about my re-election than keeping my promises to the American people. There's a time to campaign and a time to govern. If I'm elected president, the era of the permanent campaign will end. The era of problem solving will begin. I promise you, from the day I am sworn into office until the last hour of my presidency, I will work with anyone of either party to make this country safe, prosperous, and proud. And I won't care who gets the credit. Thank you very much.